AJ,
well done, yes, sir.
I think you could spit a little bath. We give you a couple words.
Maybe
2 words.
I like to blow my trumpet and that, you know what I mean? In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much, even though I'm a heavyweight.
Hey!
I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard to be a great. In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. With my mate. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm, ring the alarm. Man chat, get slapped with my palm.
All right, one sec. Hey! Oh! AJ! Shut down! My God!
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my situation. I don't want to fight. That's my production. But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the flagship edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Thursday, previews and predictions. We got a lot of fights to talk about, some that you could catch easily on your cable provider and some that you would have to seek out. Stay tuned for more details on where to get those links. Mikey Garcia taking on Robert Easter in a unification bout at the 135-pound division. Both the WBC title and the IBF on the line. Who will be the victor? Last we checked, Easter was a 6-1 underdog. Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker, the heavyweight fight to watch this weekend, even though Americans can't watch it. Dillian Whyte only having one lone loss to Anthony Joshua before Joshua was ever champion. And Joseph Parker sharing the same loss to Anthony Joshua most recently, bouncing right back to top contender Dillian Whyte, making this a extremely exciting fight for myself. Sean Porter and Danny Garcia is official. For those that have been waiting, September 8th marks the date. Get your popcorn for this all-action affair. And if that wasn't enough, Billy Joe Saunders is actually fighting. Yes, he's actually fighting. Not just on Twitter. The dude is actually going to fight. And with another Twitter gangster, Demetrius Andrade. Everybody's, I guess, all hardcore favorites, or some hardcore favorites. Some have kind of fell out of love with old Demetrius, but he's been on a rampage Twitter tirade coming at the Charlos, Billy Joe Saunders, just about everybody now that he knows he has that Dazn $1 billion to back him. And we got a lot of other news to touch on. Antonio Orozco will be taking on Jose Ramirez. Just tons of other news and notes to touch on. So let's head on out to our many panelists to get this thing started.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
BJ was going to beat me, then yeah, you predict he's going to beat me. He goes
Why is Wilder sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Wilder wants some of his work, you can definitely get it on ASAP.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. Another edition of the Boxing Voice. Big weekend for boxing this weekend. So, Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker, pretty much 50-50. Wish the same could be said in the Garcia Easter fight, but 6-1 underdog there for Robert Easter. But we'll chop that up and the undercards as well. And Billy Joe Saunders and Andrade being made. Eddie Hearn making another deal without a date and venue in place.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Antonio era. I've been through all the eras. Now I still been telling you. You do too much talk. The thing is this.
People want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about fighting.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, we got a lot of good boxing, man. I hate when they stack so much fighting on one day that it's hard to keep up, but we definitely have a really good one. Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter. They got 15 fights supposedly on that card, which is insane. I wish this Whyte and Joseph Parker was an opportunity for them to be on Dazn. It would have been a great opportunity for them to start it out. But great fights coming up. And we also have an ESPN Plus card for a WBO event. I forgot we didn't cover up. But what's up, Doomy?
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Legend of the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dippy. There's no one like me. I'm from their court. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
Yeah, what up, TB? What's up, everybody? Yeah, we got this fight this weekend that I think a lot of us are looking forward to. A lot of concentration and focus on both camps. Yeah, I'm talking about that Mikey Garcia versus Easter fight. And apparently, my man Porter and Garcia got the date, right? And Billy Joe and Andrade, they got a date now. So everybody got a date. We're looking forward to some good fights. And especially, I guess, the heavyweights, Parker and Whyte. I know a lot of us listened into the press. I know I was on the chat. I don't know, Rob. I think I seen Rob there for 2 seconds. But a lot of smack talking. But it looks like Parker's looking to hurt somebody. But we'll get into it, I guess.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's good, TBV family? We back with another one. We got that Robert Easter. Can he do it? Can he pull off the upset? He said it might be his easiest fight. Then we got that Whyte Parker over in the UK. I love a little matinee before my main course in the evening, so that's perfect for me. And also on that card, it's another heavyweight fight, Takam and Chisora, what might be have the making to be a very, very good kind of slugfest. And also Garcia, Porter. Cam Porter talking shit. Oh my God, he's disrespectful. Then we got Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andrade, 2 of the best people on Twitter, and maybe 2 of the best people in the middleweight division. So let's get into it.
Well, let's get started with the lightweight world title championship unification bout between Mikey Garcia. He's been bouncing around in divisions. Currently was at 140, defeating Broner. Captured a title when he defeated Sergey Lipinets. Now he's back down to unify with Robert Easter. Now, obviously, Robert Easter is an underdog, and he is probably the only one who thinks that he can win. But if he fought a perfect fight, he can win. He has the tools. He has the characteristics. You know, he can choose to be on Saturday night this generation's Tommy Hearns if he stands straight and lets the right hand go instead of crouching down and giving up his height to match his opponents. Many times in boxing, there's an old cliche that a fighter, Doomsday tried to use this reference a few times. Fighters fight to the level of their opposition. Has that been the case for Robert Easter? Has he not necessarily needed to show all of what he has in his tool belt? I don't know. The smart pick is obviously Mikey Garcia. But what do you guys think about this little unification Saturday night on Showtime?
I think it leads to show who's the best at the 135 division. The winner of this fight, to me, would be the best. And also, I don't think Robert has to fight a perfect fight. I just think Robert has to catch him coming in a time or two, and he may get that big right hand off. Because we saw what he did to Comey. He really rocked him and almost had him down. But that's not neither here nor there. But I do think it's a good fight, but the cards are stacked against Robert.
Yeah, obviously he has a lot to worry about. And my main concern is that is he going to be able to take the power that Mikey Garcia brings? You know, even though he's the smaller guy in a sense, Mikey pops. You know, he pops really good. So you know, I think that's one of the things he's going to have to watch out for. But in reverse roles, that Garcia's, it's a dangerous fight for him too. You know, he speaks confidently. You know, a fighter's going to be confident, but this is a dangerous fight for him. I think that we're going to see Easter really box this weekend. He's going to use his jab. He's going to keep him on the outside and try to just, you know, pepper him from the outside. I don't see him trying to get into a slugfest with a guy like Mikey Garcia with the power he has.
Yeah, I mean, even with that being said, I mean, it makes you wonder, even if he starts off boxing, that potentially if it doesn't go his way, or even if it goes his way, that he might just say, screw it, I'm just going to do what you know, I'm just going to fight real small. And I was watching some of his earlier fights when he was like 7-0, and he was already known at that time to be a person who was giving up his height. So it wasn't something that it changed over time. It seemed like it was something he always did in his career of boxing. So it makes you wonder if, even if he's taught how to box, he might just revert to his instinct.
Old habits sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what about the trainer? Oh, Rob, did you get in?
No, I was just about to get in. I was just going to say, so, you know, why hasn't a trainer, if that seems to be the boxing fans' criticism that he gives up his height all the time, why hasn't a trainer, you know, from 7-0 to now, like why hasn't that changed? Because you see this face off and you think, holy shit, he's like a foot taller than Mikey, right?
Yeah.
You just know,
because the trainers have always been friends, right? Like Mike Stafford has always been he's always been there with Robert Easter's father, and Barry Hunter has obviously also always been there, you know, even Kevin Cunningham. But Kevin is trying something new. He's taking people away from their environment, bringing them down to West Palm out there in Florida. And, you know, I can't say that he didn't show us improvements with both Gervonta Davis and Adrian Broner, their last times out using Kevin Cunningham's facilities. I can't say that Devin Alexander didn't look good versus Victor Ortiz. I know it was Victor Ortiz, but he's at least getting these guys into physical shape. I've been following his Instagram, and obviously, you know, Robert Easter is ripped, but he always is a skeleton, right? I want to go to the quote.
Yeah, he seems to be.
And just change the narrative just a bit. And I quote, I feel like this is going to be I feel like this is going to be easy for me. I'm going to win this fight. I'm too tall. I'm too fast. I got power. When I apply those things along with my game plan and patience, I can't be beat. Now, hearing this quote and knowing that he did switch trainers, and there is a possibility that he won't give up his height under the tutelage of Kevin Cunningham, what are you guys expecting?
I mean, he just said I'm too tall, but as we know, that hasn't always mattered because he gives up, you know, himself being that tall. So when I watch Mikey, he is quite a stand-up. You know, he's quite like his full height, and he's, you know, just slick with just the basics. He's probably the best at all the basics, and he puts them to great use. But yeah, you said about Cunningham's bringing him on, has brought him on, Broner on, but that's a common opponent now, and he's brought Broner on from losing to Mikey to having a draw with Jesse Vargas.
Maybe that'll be the motivation that he needs to do something that his big brother couldn't do. And at the same time, Mikey fighting style, it's all about the 1-2 and timing. So if Robert can like disrupt that with his jab or with his like different punches, a hook, uppercut, something like that, and just keep him on the outside and at the end of his punches, sort of like he did against Comey, then I think Robert has a great chance to win.
So yeah, I think got it wrong.
Okay. Oh, well, I was just gonna state, like, unlike the boxing IQ of like Mikey Garcia, there's a few things that he can do. You know, he can look into it like expecting Robert Easter to try to box, so then he can go into more of an aggression style and expect that. Or there's other things that a shorter fighter can do, where it involves feints and setting up traps. Where if Robert lunges at any point while he tries to hit Mikey, he can always give up his height at any point.
Yeah,
and so that's.
I think Robert needs to fight a completely different fight. He needs to try to fight on the back foot from the outside with height and predominantly jab.
Are you saying sort of like Billy Joe Saunders did against Lemieux? Something like that?
Kinda, I mean, I don't mean predominantly on the back foot, but that's how you slow the pace up. You know what I mean? He could come forward sometimes behind that jab and the old 1-2 or right hand to the body, but he needs to stay tall for sure. He needs to make it hard for Mikey. Mikey should be lunging. So
you want a Usyk style kind of.
Absolutely. That's why Usyk is good at what he does, because he keeps his guard up. He does. That's discipline. All right. It takes a lot of energy to keep your high guard that high. Your shoulder starts to hurt. Your fucking forearm starts to hurt. Your arms weigh already, plus all the punching and the about 16 ounces with fucking with wraps and everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's serious. It takes some discipline, and that's why you see some of these guys like Canelo, they take time off in the round, or like Broner, they don't throw as many punches. People like Leo Santa Cruz, you gotta appreciate people that can let their hands go that much throughout a round.
And one thing that I want to point out, like if the fight does get on the inside, Robert Easter is not a bad inside fighter for his height. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, but he's too lanky, too thin, man. He gets into a fight in the booth with Mikey. He's gonna have to handle that. Mikey's compact.
Mikey's not this dramatic inside fighter. Like, remember, Mikey's just good at the basics.
It's the power, man. He just needs one shot on the inside. So you're the taller, lankier guy. You wanna give him the space.
He shows some holes in his game. The question is, can somebody capitalize? Like, I'll never forget Roman Martinez dropped him. I didn't like the way that Orlando Salido ended that fight. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone liked it. I think it was like a headbutt, and Mikey was asked, could he continue? And it was like, I don't know. They made a decision amongst the team. You know what I mean? So you just don't know how much dog this guy got. All right. You can question him because he's been questioned, and those answers they're up in the air.
He has to answer them in this.
But I don't think Easter is accurate enough. But let's final thought this one.
I was ask one quick thing. Is Robert really known as a high output? Does he throw a lot? Is it enough to keep Mikey away with, just jabbing? Does he?
We would have to do a Google search, but I'll tell you this, man. Kevin Cunningham and Robert Easter have the tape. They seen Adrian Broner fail. They know what needs to be done. Question is, can you do it? Again, letting your hands go and telling someone to let their hands go is two different things.
Easter got to stick to the game plan.
I'm going out on a limb. Do me, write me down. Easter going Easter for the upset. Unified. WBC, IBF. Hot your boy.
What's your heart, mate?
I ain't picking my heart. I'm not picking my heart.
You're going on a limb and you picking
because everybody else is going with Garcia. The bookies have it 6-1. So 6-1 if not going out on a limb, then I don't know what is.
Yeah. So Doomy's gonna be writing down all the crow and stuff, and I can break down with all my IQ and go with the Mikey pick. But I'm from Toledo, Ohio. I don't feel like I'll be a disservice. Look, I'm just saying it right now. There's two parts of me. I could be the analysis, but if I lose money on the Robert Easter, it's cool. I'll eat crow with sugar and whipped cream. I'm gonna go with Robert Easter because I have to. But looking at the last two fights, Robert Easter did have a questionable fight, and Mikey Garcia had a very defining fight at a bigger weight class. So,
and I will be placing my bet with Bovado. So check out my IG or check out my Twitter for it.
I'm gonna go with a betting style.
all fair.
I'm going to be picking Mikey because I picked Garcia last time. I got to start getting some right. So I'm going to...
You guys got to look smart.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the smart bookies and go with a big, hot favorite.
You're going to go with the money bet.
Mikey.
What are you going with, Hart?
Nah, I'm going with Mikey on this one. I'm
Hart?
You know why? I just got to see. I got to see if Easter sticks to the game plan. Whatever that may be, I don't know. What I would hope it would be that he would use his height, his reach, and really box as much as he can and try to get into a few exchanges as he possibly can with Mikey and counter punch as much as he can, so that he doesn't get into doesn't run into one of those bombs. But I'm afraid that he's still going to revert back into trying to get in there in the dogfight in the booth. So I see Mikey winning.
I might
not. Can I interject one small little history fact?
Sure.
So many people probably don't know, but Mikey Garcia's brother was a former fighter. He was actually a champion at a point at super featherweight.
Robert Garcia?
No. I know. I'm just bringing some facts because it would be a cool timeline. I wrote this crazy timeline, and if it works out, but I'll just do the start of it. Robert Garcia at one point was in a possibility of unifying the division with Floyd Money Mayweather. At that point, he fought Corrales. He was a very tall guy. He was losing the fight in the earlier rounds because of the same things that we're predicting Mikey Garcia would do to Robert Easter. But eventually he brought the pressure. He fought small, and he ended up dropping Robert Garcia and winning that fight. So not saying this would happen, but it would be something strange if the same outcome happened in the same fashion by a tall guy who was getting outboxed and eventually knocking out.
Same family.
I like that you took that much time to think about it, but I don't think that Easter and Corrales can be compared.
Not me either.
Corrales was a dog.
He was a dog.
He was very aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
I've got a nerd alert soundbite. Nerd alert. Nerd alert.
It's funny. I always thought Floyd did fight Robert and lost, and Robert lost. I didn't know he didn't fight him.
No, and that's what set up the Corrales and Floyd fight because of that.
Oh, okay.
I remember that fight. That's for sure. Well, I just want to go ahead and confirm that for September 15th on Canelo Triple G, we will be live at Beer House on Saturday for the pre-fight show, and we will also be live at the T-Mobile performing our show for the weigh-in. And so far, we have Tom Lawford scheduled as a guest. Stay tuned for more names. But definitely, if you're going to be in Vegas for the fight, stop by the booth. So, what do we got? Numero dos.
When you stop by the booth, we need a hot 16.
Hot 16.
16 cones of raw.
Damn.
Are we going to quickly look at this undercard for this while we're on the fight?
Yeah. Ortiz and what's his name? Garcia.
Who?
I don't know how to say that shit, man. How you say it? How you say it?
Ortiz versus Razvan.
Razvan Kajanu.
Yeah, there you go.
Paisano.
Damn, they bumped him to the fucking co-main. Jesus,
yep. I'm telling you what it's looking like. It's going to play out to do. If Deontay Wilder is in the building, man, all right, that's all I'm saying.
Oh man. So Luis Ortiz versus Razvan Kajanu. He's a common opponent with some guys, man. I just hope Luis Ortiz doesn't shit the bed like he always does when he fights this type of opposition. Razvan Kajanu reminds me of David Allen, but Kajanu is more accomplished. I don't know, bro.
I mean, you got to admit he was impressive in his fight before he fought Deontay Wilder when he knocked the guy out on PBC. I know it was a journeyman or something like that.
Luis Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. After that, he got knocked out by Wilder. Like, why are you talking about that?
Yeah,
because he said he always shit the bed when he fight lesser opponents, and I was pointing out an instance to where he didn't shit the bed and he knocked somebody out.
Yeah, okay. Clean it up for him.
And just to give a little insight of who Razvan is, his previous fight was actually with Joseph Parker, so to kind of assess where
also Joseph Parker's sparring partner. Like, So him going 12 rounds isn't impressive at all. That's Joseph Parker being merciful. Or Joseph Parker, straight up proving Nesta to be Nostradamus and not having any fucking power.
We're gonna get to that shit.
I was gonna say, did you really mean he was merciful? Because that was a fucking tough watch.
And shout out to Showtime for streaming their fights on their social media platforms.
Which fights are they going to stream on their social media platforms?
The undercard starts at 5 Pacific and 8 Eastern.
Are they doing the whole 15?
I don't know, sir. Probably like the first, like the last 4, I think. I know.
Okay.
What's his name? His little brother. What's the guy that fought Floyd? Madonna's little brother is supposed to fight on the main event for that that stream or whatever.
So
and they,
Olympian in the bantamweight division, Jose Balderas, he's fighting as well. This is a big ass card.
Yeah, Mario is going to be fighting on there.
No, Fabian Maidana. That's it. Everybody else is like, whatever. Oh, Mario Barrios.
Isn't it a triple hitter? He's the third one.
You better do something already, bro. It's time to start getting some knockouts. Get that manpower out. Yeah, this is loaded with like prospects. You got Ivan Delgado. All of Richard Schaefer's ring star guys are here. Carlos Balderas, Jose Balderas, Ivan Delgado. All these guys are like.
No FA?
Who?
The heavyweight.
No, there's no FA on there.
Oh man,
he's not here. All right, now that we got through that fucking shit card, cause Dan, that undercard sucks. You hear me? Whoa.
Get to a real undercard.
Yeah, what time is this going on? Cause you need to plan your day now. Like this is some bullshit. Maybe watch Ortiz. Maybe.
They say they're only going to start streaming at 5 Pacific and 8 Eastern. So whatever fight that is.
8 Eastern. Listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets us know that you at least enjoy the shit we are talking. All right, well, whatever, man. Fuck that. Garcia Easter, that's filet mignon. Fucking Luis Ortiz versus Rajvan Kajanu's chicken tenders and French fries, man. Let's move on to Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker, skirt steak for sure. Top contenders, both 1 losses only to the man of the division, the king, Anthony Joshua. It's funny. Guys like Spencer Fearon and Carl Froch, they're picking Joseph Parker. They're picking the boxer. I am a guy that picks the boxer, but I thought that Huey Fury did a better job of boxing.
Spencer, today with IFL, he picked Dylan late.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but that's not a here
love right there.
No, there. But I'm picking Parker. Fuck all that shit, bro. Dillian Whyte, I love you, man. You improve and all that, but I just think Parker is on a different level than a Dillian Whyte or like a Jarrell Miller. I think Parker is in that upper echelon.
Rob, do you concur?
I'm real torn on it, to be honest. I really am, because we've not seen Joseph Parker really wobbled or knocked down or anything. I'm repeating David Higgins' mantra since I've heard of him. But go on, Mike. You got it.
There was a fight in Parker's career early on to where he had a eye gash that was like about that big, and he fought through it and eventually won the fight. So we've seen him through some kind of adversity.
Well, and I know that Parker actually won a title. He was actually a champion, whether it was because of Vacant and he fought Huey Fury, but whatever. Not Huey Fury, Andy Ruiz. He defended it versus Fury, whether you thought he won or not. Some thought he won. Dillian Whyte wasn't able to do that. Does that mean anything? Or is it they just had separate paths?
That he hasn't become a champion yet, you mean?
And to be honest, man, Dillian Whyte done had some kind of cupcakes, man. Lucas Brown came in overweight, not on PEDs. Robert Helenius didn't look like he wanted to fight that fight.
Looked like a dirty old
Viking
skateboarder.
Oh my god.
He looks like Tony Hawk.
Yeah, why you killing
on Malibu Beach?
Why you killing the Viking, bro?
Yo,
I'm not trying to like shit on Dillian Whyte, you know what I'm saying? But I do think he has got better. I just don't think the level of competition has been there to say that he can compete with a partner. Go ahead, Domi.
I was coming into this confidently picking Dillian Whyte, and then I heard Frotch, and now look at all of you guys. I'm like, damn, I thought Dillian was the shit. You guys,
no, you're supposed to be Nostradamus.
I mean, in general, the UK public talks this motherfucker up, says Deontay Wilder's ducking him, reference number 1. And now no one's picking him to beat Parker. What the fuck?
I mean,
I
know you would pick fucking Wilder to beat Parker in a heartbeat. What the fuck is going on, UK?
I just know why you're riding with fucking Carl Froch all of a sudden, Nez. Don't worry about it. I know the real truth.
Air it out,
baby.
Let's not jump around. But no. Honestly, I mean, look, I'm not riding with him for any reason other than the things that he's saying. This sounds.
But yeah, back to the fight. I'm really torn on it, to be honest. I think this is a true 50-50, and I think that really is reflected in the odds with the bookies. But
what the bookies got it?
Yeah. It's real tight. I'm not really sure. I'll look it up while someone else chops it up in a minute. But I'm gonna slightly lean to Dillian, and I don't think it's going to be a stoppage. I think we're going to go the distance, and I think
why?
Parker's talking about he getting a stoppage now. Now
he hasn't got an angry bone in his body.
Upset.
Yeah, oh, he's upset.
Yeah.
He wasn't upset when he was being called a coward in front of fucking Johnny Nelson, was he?
Well, that's why he's going to knock him out. Because
just because you don't talk loud outside the ring, people change when they get in that ring, man. I'm just saying.
Against AJ, did he?
Shit, he went 12 with him. AJ couldn't knock him out.
I could that. Up on my fucking running shoes. I could last with AJ.
I can say that referee was pretty bad on both ends. So at that point, I felt I got cheated out that fight. So I can't really assess Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua, but I'm picking, Dillian Whyte to lose. I think that he's going to get outboxed. I don't think that. I mean, when you look at the people he fought, like it was right in front of him, and he had to smack Lucas Brown for 50.
Wait a minute.
It felt like
Nostradamus.
Man, he good, man. He good at it.
If I'm Nostradamus, what is Eddie? Eddie is saying they want Dillian Whyte for fucking what is it? Wembley in April 13th. That's the backup plan, not Joseph. Joseph doesn't sell the tickets that Dillian will.
Jared Miller might. Never know.
I don't know, man. They got that
in the building as well, right? On the commentary.
Who?
But I mean, go ahead.
Big Baby's going to be on stood next to Tony Bellew and all that, and in down there doing the commentary on the TV.
Did they meet already? Because didn't Bellew have some words to say about him? I know that Fowler did, but Fowler is little. He's not going to be around.
No, he'll be getting his hands wrapped. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
but you got to speak to the level of promotion that Eddie Hearn does. He has people actually believing that those 3 fights can put Dillian Whyte into a kind of like eliminator, but not really with Whyte. I mean with Parker.
What 3 fights?
The Helenius, the Brown, and the what's the other guy?
The Parker win is a legitimate enough win to get him a title shot. Let's just be clear and honest.
I'm saying, but the promotion level has people believing that he could win. I don't see like a way that Whyte could win because he's not really a big puncher. We've seen that with Chisora.
Yeah, he looked really bad in that.
I think Whyte has good power. I think he has more power than fucking Joseph.
Yeah, he definitely has a better left hook. And, he had a good performance with Lucas Brown, but I mean, come on.
But Lucas Brown got hit so many times for so long. It wasn't like he just bombed him out like a Wilder. It was like slap after slap after slap after slap. It was like entertaining, but you're like, any minute is he going to go down? Like, when's it going to happen? Like,
and he wasn't on PEDs. So I'm saying, I mean, he's been caught twice, so we know that it might be a recurring thing with him. So that Whyte fight, he looked like he was out of shape, and he looked like he needed some clenbuterol.
Man, he did look real thick.
I see. I got Parker stopping. You can put me down for that one.
Damn, Parker, stop
Stopping him. Yo, there's some fighters you just don't want angry when you're fighting them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
this guy, all the shit, all the shit talking, all the shit talking that was done. All of that was just taken internally by Parker. When he gets in that ring, he's gonna let all that shit out. Trust me. And let's not forget who's the faster guy. You know, speed kills. So definitely Parker by stoppage on this one.
Real quick, we got a super chat from Chris Camjo. TBV with another one. Appreciate all the content. Still catching up. Shout out to all the new blood, the broad, and the diverse panel. Works. Everyone input. And shout out to my guy Cantu, man, putting out some great videos. He has a great interview with Richard Schaefer that everybody should check out.
Yeah, Cantu and Daniel Alvarez are live in LA covering the Mikey Easter fight. So expect coverage instantly throughout this week. So let's transition. Well, actually, is there any undercards of note to speak of on the Wilder?
I mean, you mean Whyte and a Parker?
Reference number 2, Whyte.
I mean, you got Conor Ben. I mean, what's up, Rob? You don't want to talk about none of these cards, man. You know, I gotta say, I actually got I got attached to Conor. I like Conor. I like his story. I like Nigel. I got to see his fights, and
I can't like Conor, man.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know, the only thing I'm afraid of for Conor is that, you know, as he goes up in the competition, that, you know, hopefully he doesn't become just, you know, and not to reference Eubank Jr. as a, you know, as a sock and bop 'em robot, but, you know, these guys swing for the fences. They're trying to trash each other, you know, and knock each other out. To me, as an entertaining fighter, but, you know, Conor Ben, he wants to trash. I'm talking about.
That's all he does. He's like a
Eubank. So, you know,
his father.
Like his father. So I just hope with this guy Peanut, you know, the last guy he fought, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Robbie, because the guy's French.
Peanut.
I don't know. I was calling him Peanut on the matchroom boxing chat, but he kind of surprised Conor. Conor said that, you know, there was a couple of things that were wrong with him. He had a jet lag. He was tired. He says he's 100% on this one, Robbie. You believe him?
Yeah, totally, 100%. Fully focused. Yeah, he had some things going on ahead of that fight, going into that fight. Got caught a little flat-footed on one of the knockdowns, and the questionable sort of, it was kind of a trip, but he did get a little. The guy landed.
I think it was more of the momentum, right, or the punch that was coming.
Let me just interject. You could check out who Conor Ben is and see him at least in action on the YouTube channel. Shout out to EJ Boxing Live that covered the media event for TBV. Handing it back to Rob.
Yeah, and then he just came storming back, and had it not been for the bell, I think he was going to finish. You know, they were going to have to get a mop and bucket out to pick him up again. So
I was sold on this fight. That's I mean, all his other fights, you know, I was just seeing a guy just raging. But after getting knocked down and him getting back up and knocking a Peanut down and then winning, it really told me something about the kid. You know, he has grit, he has heart, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the guy, and I can't wait to see him get his you know, quote unquote revenge with Peanut. Now he can't sleep on this guy, man. You say he got caught flat-footed, but let me tell you something. That guy's like Taekwondo light on his feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was just caught a little square on, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Does Conor Ben take days off?
Does he take days off?
Nah,
yeah, you can see him like on his
this is a setup. This is a setup.
He travels a lot, man. He does go out and enjoy himself. So
I wanted to interject and just say, like, the backstory, if you guys don't know who we're talking about. Conor Ben's the son of Nigel Ben, and this is pretty much a rematch, and he didn't really look that great in this fight. So there was actually a statement, I think it was from his dad, right, Rob, that he said that if you can't beat this guy, you should give him boxing.
Give it. Hang up the gloves.
You should hang up the gloves. You know what's sad about all this coverage is that there is gonna be no coverage. This is where DAZN should have picked up. I know that Ron spoke about it. Do we know why they couldn't get this? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Maybe their platform is not ready to launch.
It's not ready to launch just yet. AJ's the opening card of the whole thing, right? So
but not even like the zone, man. Shame on the fucking American broadcasters. Like this is like,
well, we know Showtime's not gonna do it because they're like, fuck you, you took Anthony Joshua from us, and then And then HBO's probably like, well, fuck you. You said you were bringing Joshua and we put Dillian the last time. Now he's on DAZN, so fuck you. So I don't know, man.
What about ESPN Plus? Doesn't
yes,
Bob Arum have a like a?
Bob said he would buy good fights, but the thing is, did Eddie contact Bob knowing that he has his own streaming app? You know what I'm saying?
I thought Bob had like some kind of deal with Parker though. Is that over with now?
Well, there he is, the co-promoter. You're right about that.
That's all I'm saying. But I love Conor Ben and all that shit. But my guy, I'm excited to see Joshua Buatsi in action, baby. He's back. The light heavyweight prospect. That is my guy. That is the guy that I'm high on. And I can't wait. Go ahead. So what now?
He's not even going to be shown on TV.
Yeah, he will. I see him. Sky showed everything. What are you talking about?
It's going to be a stream, bro.
Okay, my streams be fucking 10 80p. I don't know about yours.
No one gonna be in the stands when he fights.
Oh my god, he's like 6-0, man. Give him a break.
No, he's actually pretty good.
Thank you, Doomy.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I've been looking at him.
When Spence was 6-0, there was 2,000 in the stands.
You'll be full up, so it's sold out. So the rest of the card, obviously, we spoke of it, or Mike brought it up. Derek Chisora, who?
Oh yeah, that's a good fight, man. We got to see where those guys are.
Yeah, Chisora and Takam, man. Yeah, why Chisora? Why your boy Chisora looked like he had a couple cupcakes before he hit the press conference?
You know, I just want to say Eddie's a good guy after all. If you look at this card or somewhere on this weekend, even David Price is back in action versus a
Dave Allen.
I know David Price too.
No, David Price.
What?
Not on this card. It's on an MTK Global, I think. On a MTK.
Oh yeah.
This week.
Isn't?
No, he's keeping these guys active and eating. I mean, we hear stories. Look at that guy we seen on Showbox the other day talking about he didn't get paid in 30 fights. Then they need to smack his manager.
Mensa, right?
That's he was signed to Don King. No wonder.
That's a
somebody would put that out to Chisora, because in the press conference he said to Eddie Hearn and Higgins, you should back your boys and have a £100,000 bet. And they were like, well, and he was like, come on, you should do it. And it ended up going down. So
20 stacks,
20K is riding between Higgins and Eddie Hearn on this fight. They shook on it in the press conference.
But they did say the money's going to charity, though.
Charity. Huh?
They bet on each other's guys.
Yeah. And then Eddie said something like, "You better win, Derek, because I'm going to double down on you to money in case." But also on the card, very quick, prospect Anthony Fowler against 8-0 another undefeated fighter. So a little step up for Anthony.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I'm joking.
Katie Taylor defending against I think Mike's boy, stand up Mike.
Hey, to be fair, on real quick to interject on the Katie Taylor, I'm pretty sure that's like a tune-up because they already have a deal with her to fight one of the Serrano sisters.
Yeah, Cindy though.
We're gonna shock the world. We're gonna shock the world, baby. 501, stand up, baby.
Yeah. That's right. Arkansas.
Yeah.
Lil Rock. Yo, could you imagine they upset Katie? There ain't nobody upsetting her. She got that whole strong shit going on.
Katie's pretty good, man. She's technically sound.
Let's throw more punches than Robert Easter this weekend.
I've seen Katie get hit though.
Own press conference like she's in the army and shit.
So Rob, why are you gonna act like you ain't gonna mention your boy David Allen, the Rhino? Isn't he?
It's a farewell fight.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't this his goodbye and shit?
Like an eliminator, I think, for the British heavyweight title. Yo,
who's this Nick Webb dude he's fighting now?
I thought it was Brazil's brother.
Guy.
It's domestic level at the moment. He had a pretty decent knockout in his last outing.
Huh? Was he on the Frank Warren card?
Is Nick Webb undefeated?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's 12-0.
But if you look at the people he's fought, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, Doomsday.
I'm not saying you got to start nowhere. I'm just saying
Allen's a good start. He goes in and knocks out David Allen. It's like he made a statement.
And then they'll probably call that Leonard Roy Thomas fight.
I told you in the chat, Dimi, when you won the Diamond Gloves, what was the opponent's job? What did he do for a living?
I answered you. I told you he must have been a bouncer at the pub because he only lasted 10 seconds.
There you go. So even you take on the bartenders and the fucking bin men and all that shit. So, I've shade on these. You're normally here saying you got to respect anyone who gets in the ring.
Listen. I'm messing with Nick. You know, he's going up against a guy obviously that's been in there with more experienced guys. If he's looking to make a statement, then finish the Rhino, take his horn or whatever.
Man, quit being nice, man. Quit being nice.
But if if David Allen beats you, yeah, it's a questionable.
But very quickly, how we got here with David Allen on this card was first Cal Brook getting injured.
Fake injury.
All right. And then Sam Egginton getting injured. Is that a fake one? I don't know.
And then the fake Chris Eubank rumor, and then 20 other things.
And so Dave Allen, who previously in the week before he got the phone call from Eddie, was saying he's going to take a step away from boxing. And that was it. And now all of a sudden, phone call. He's coming for some money. He said even if he wins, he's going to take a step away. So it is
after Dave Allen loses. I think he should probably give up boxing and turn to like a commentary career because he has a good personality. And
David Allen is an overachiever, fellas.
Exactly.
We don't have to talk with the sad voice. Like, name another boxer that hasn't done anything that gets talked about this much. Let's just be real. What has he done?
Just the UK takeover. I'm sorry you haven't.
It's the UK fucking. The fucking weakness of the UK. You guys love everything. Loves wounded animals and shit. David Allen is not a rhino. More like a fucking
wino? No, just kidding.
You can't handle the truth.
Fucking hippo or something. But do you know why though? Because like they do such a fucking good job on the backstories and like going into these fighters like lives and stuff.
Schmack story,
I'm
bro.
just saying,
Guy
man.
can't fight.
He can't fight, but he's a good guy. Damn.
A guy from or bigging up six.
I'm a good guy. Tell Eddie, give me a fucking payday. Fucking good guy.
Right, Mike. You keep on doing that fucking macro shit. All right, now you gonna be all buff and swollen and shit.
The macro shit.
Good guy bullshit. Fucking David Allen. David Allen gets a fucking commentator job. I might just fucking jump off the bridge. Okay.
He's gonna take it.
Saying, bro.
The podcasting game.
He needs the motherfucking, I don't know, like open up a gym. You know?
He's got a young kid he's took under his wing. Rhino 2.0.
Well, let's switch gears to the Danny Garcia, Sean Porter official news and announcement. The fight's taking place September 8th, Brooklyn Barclays Center, not in Vegas, guys. What was the first thoughts when you heard it was Barclay and not Vegas?
Danny's the A side, and Danny does well at the Barclays Center.
Yep.
That's
Everybody in agreement with that?
Yeah, I mean, Porter's fought at the Barclay. He's had success there. So I think it's I don't think there was any resistance on Porter's side.
So Danny's the A side, but who's picking Danny?
Mr. Danny.
Question.
Great question, Rob.
Yo, if anything, this is probably
is it a good question or is it just one that puts everyone on their toes?
Or is it premature though?
Anybody fighting Porter is in for a rough night. I don't care who you are, what
you got the first backpedaler.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a fight.
Whether you're a professional boxer or a dustbin man.
So are you picking him?
It's too early, man.
Too early for that. Too early for that right now.
So all of a sudden, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter are gonna get newfound skills, huh, Brian?
No.
They're gonna show us shit we didn't know from here until fight week.
There's intangibles, Ness.
Yeah, the intangibles. You guys don't want to get caught.
They only exist in the shadow realm.
I'm just picking Porter. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm picking Sean Porter. Sure, things can change. I mean, if they don't look good in physique, then I can change it right before the fight. But I'm gonna go with Sean Porter early right now, just because of the fact that I can list many reasons. The fact is, when you compare how Danny Garcia fought Keith Thurman and Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman, which I know they're totally different styles. when you look what made Keith Thurman so successful against Sean Porter is he was able to punch selective punches on his back foot. He's literally like falling and hitting uppercuts and very precise angles, and he was able to keep up with that pace. Danny Garcia is very accurate, but Brandon Rios was able to keep him constantly backpedaling until he threw a lazy jab in the middle of the ring and just dropped it. He was able to land that perfect shot. And Brandon Rios is kind of punch drunk a little bit. No disrespect to him, but he's been through wars, you know, and Danny Garcia was also coming off a long layoff, seeing the fact that Sean Porter has been very active and he's fought many different styles. I'm just going to pick Sean Porter right away.
Look, I'll give you my pick. I'm picking Danny Garcia, 12-round, split decision. He's in his hometown advantage, and I see a rough fight for Danny because, like I told you before, he makes it a rough fight for everybody. But I think Danny's timing might give Porter's forward pressure a little bit of a problem. How many left hooks can Porter run into throughout a 12-round fight? Who knows? But he's been known to stay in there, take one, and keep coming. So that's what I got. I'll write that down.
I'm definitely on that Doomy train. I'm going with Garcia. I think Sean Porter just smothers his work too much and never get off to the clean shots that he needs to. And I think Danny has that timing and has that left hook, eyes closed, eyes open, and it don't matter.
All right, so we got.
So you're saying by knockout because he's not going to throw Sean Porter.
I don't think it'll be a knockout. I think it'll be probably a UD. I'm going with a UD 12 round.
So he's going to have to land more than Sean Porter. I know he smothers his work.
I think he can. I think he can. I think he has the timing that he needs to.
Mike, do you want to quickly touch on what Ken Porter had to say?
I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to throw more than Porter. He could just land the more effective shots. He could still be outworked and land the better looking shots and get the win, you know? If he's dropping you or he's wobbling you, you know, the judges are going to give you the round.
Well, yeah, but he's going to have to land at least more than 1 or 2.
I am going to be like you guys were initially. You guys chose initially to not speak. I'm going to choose to not speak just yet.
Get the fuck out of here, man. You're a fucking troll, man.
It is too soon to pick right now. I'm telling you, bro. You just don't know how this is going to go. I mean, shh.
You got Whyte in. You got the Demi.
Porter's like the juggernaut of the division.
Juggernaut? Really?
Yeah. What?
I'm gonna call him the
juggernaut. Runs through walls, right? Ain't that what Porter fucking does?
I just watched Deadpool last night, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man, juggernaut wasn't it? Part 2, right?
Well, yes,
of course.
Any part. That's like that's the premise of that character. But where we at? Where are we going with this, fellas?
Billy Joe.
Well, before we move on, there are some rumored undercards on this Barclays Center fight, right? No, maybe some.
Yeah, it was David Benavidez was going to do a title defense on there.
Anthony Durrell,
I believe.
And also,
I want that fight to hurry up and happen so they could stop talking about it already.
It should have been talked about for like a year.
Not even it's been over a year, and it's not even a fight.
And they hold Callum Smith for that title shot.
Yeah. But also, wasn't it Charles Martin, the God?
The God is back.
Yeah, he's on there against Kalnaki, right?
What the fuck?
Yep, Kornacki. Charles Martin versus Adam Kornacki. Adam gonna work his ass.
Yeah, when is that? That's this Saturday?
No, same day as the Porter and Garcia.
Oh shit! Shout out to Adam Wanaki. Yo, that's crazy. That's good news.
Hey, Charles Martin.
OMG! I am so excited.
What happened? You said Charles Martin what?
I done the OMG. I am so excited soundbite. Yeah.
You are excited for him to be back?
No, it was sarcasm.
Hey, Charles Martin, Tyson Fury. You just said it without saying it.
Did I?
Wow. Then it'll be a third fight for Tyson Fury for real.
For the big Wilder pay-per-view, right?
Wow, Wanaki's getting Martin. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like Adam. I think he's a good prospect.
This is a step in the right. This is like the first no name, right? That people know, you know. So.
And he's coming off that win where he just battered Spuka. So
is
I like Kwanaki, man. Kwanaki's gonna be dangerous for Martin, man. I hope he's ready for that pressure.
I don't know. Didn't we find out the other week that Charles Martin's like number 8 in the WBC?
Get out of here.
Yeah, I put all like the heavyweight rankings in like the group text, like the
Adam
WBO.
was number 9. How'd he get in front of Adam without winning? That's crazy.
I know, right?
He did win, didn't he? I think he won like
That's how easy it is for Joshua to get in them rankings, but he refuses.
He was in the rankings at one point. He was number 3.
Yeah, and then he had this, Vada was like, oh, I'm out of here.
Oh, wow.
Nah, I'm joking. That is not true. All right, so let's switch it to Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andrade.
The better.
So crazy how fast this has happened, man. This was first, it was like a tweet. Then it was, the WBO saying that they had to do the purse bid. 25 days later or 15 days later, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
They came to an agreement. Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren sat down. So be afraid. That must mean that Tyson Fury Joshua is around the corner. If they can make business for this, they could really start to make business. But topic at hand, Billy Joe and Andrade. And Billy Joe extremely confident all throughout social media saying he's going to spank this boy. What are your guys' initial thoughts? Finally, Demetrius gets a big name fight. This is his time to shine here. Can he? Right? Because he hasn't proved that he's on this level.
You gotta put that no reason. It's been a long
time.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm coming. Hey,
Yo.
Billy Joe. I'll go ahead, Dom. Go ahead.
Nah, go right ahead.
Oh, well, shit. I mean, let this be a example to the American promoters. You got 2 promoters that don't fucking like each other at all, and they found a way to fucking work together. Now, on to the fight. Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andrade, I think it's going to be a battle of the boxers because I think they're both really, really good boxers and really have good technical skills. So I'm not leaning towards anybody right now because this is like a truly a 50-50 fight, and you have to wait till like the week of and see all the weigh-ins and the fucking open workouts and all that shit. But I do like Demetrius Andrade. I think he is a great talent that just hasn't been used yet.
I think we're maybe a fight too quick for Andrade, maybe to go straight in with Billy Joe Saunders. I know Lemieux maybe, looked like he got pretty much schooled in that one, and Billy Joe looked fantastic. But I think Eddie even said it. They were looking to get him on the first American card in Dazn, and then sort of build to this. But the WBO came out with this. It has to go to purse bids or whatever. But Andrade wants it, and you've got to respect that. Straight in, Dazn straight in with a world title shot for their new signing. So
and you got to realize Andrade fought in October, a couple of months before Billy Joe Saunders fought. So they pretty much have like the same time off.
Yeah, and to be fair, Billy Joe looked terrible against William Monroe, and styles do make fights. But I'm intrigued. I think that I can't make a decisive winner in this point, but I think it's really interesting that they're gonna make this fight in the USA, actually. So shout out to Billy Joe Saunders for actually coming over to the US.
They're making this fight in Rhode fucking Island. DAZN is really living up to what they said.
They got that.
They're taking this motherfucker to Rhode Island.
Yeah,
I thought he said Boston, Rhode Island, or New York.
He's gonna get that hometown support. I mean,
it's cray.
Probably a bigger venue in Boston, but he's definitely gonna get that hometown support. It's gonna be a type of fight to me, man. It's gonna be like a chess match. Both of these guys are boxers. They're both skilled. I mean, you don't never really see them getting into brawls. So it's gonna be who really pushes the pace on who.
I end up being boring. Let's be real.
I mean, there's gonna be obviously this title's on the line. There's pressure on this. I think somebody's going to have to be willing to take that risk in order to finish the other guy. If not, it's going to go to a decision. Boxers boxing.
Yeah, and like Mike said, shout out Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, who apparently didn't actually talk to each other through this process. It was done kind of via MTK Global. But an agreement was reached before, like Eddie sort of, maybe he was bigging it up a little bit, but a minute before the purse bids. So, they sat down, or, conversations were had, and it got made. Everyone's making money. And I think shout out to Frank Warren to let Billy Joe go from BT Sports to go and fight on this American streaming network, which will also be on Sky Sports as well. So Billy Joe away from his TV network and being allowed to do so.
I just want those details to be released, bro, because for Andre to get a hometown fight, for Billy Joe not to be like back and forth headlines in the media about negotiations, and you've seen Billy Joe on Twitter turning down $4 million, bro. So like this was so smooth. I need to know how much DAZN wet their beaks with. I'm just saying.
That's part of that $1 billion they got.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I want to see how much of the billing was spent, because that shit went awfully smooth.
And you didn't get a peep out of Frank Warren. You're like, oh,
but forget Warren, Billy Joe.
Billy Joe's happy going on.
He's the one that's always, so talkative. So to be going to the challenger's backyard, woo! Shout out to Andre Diagonu. Rob, how are those Joshua versus Povetkin ticket sales going? Matchroom blurb out about sold out on social media yet.
No, not yet. No.
Oh, they ain't saw that 70,000. What is it, 90,000? How many seats they took out?
I think the last check was like Eddie said they sold like 60,000, had like 30,000 more to sell.
Oh, damn. $5 tickets coming.
Well, I mean, for those fucking up high, I would hope they're not much more than that.
£40.
I would hope I had more thumbs up and love for the show.
I think you should hit that thumbs up, because Eddie Hearn now has done the Billy Joe Saunders fight, the Daniel Jacobs fight, all without a date and venue confirmed.
And also he has a Chicago date.
And he bringing both of those fighters to their hometown. Last we heard, Danny was going to Barclays or Madison Square, got in, and now we heard Demetrius going to the home of Georgie Porgy.
Yeah, and last I heard, didn't someone that say fights don't get signed and without a date and venue? That's what I thought. But
the Demetrius Andre fight has a date though, right? October 20th, was it?
Yeah.
That's rumored. Nothing confirmed, nothing official yet on the date and venue.
So let me ask y'all a question. With Eddie and DAZN,
when you got an agreement on financial terms, it's easy to sit and wait. Like if you making somebody happy, you making them happy. They could wait on a date if you giving them the right money. But when you giving them fake money,
which was agreed. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let me ask y'all a question. With Eddie and DAZN like putting on these hometown fights, do you think this would like attract more fighters to like come and sign with DAZN or sign with a Matchroom?
I'm sure that's the thought process in the marketing plan. But I just want it to work. I'm not like these other fucking dudes that shit it all on PBC. I want whatever it's gonna be to work, because this is the only sport I watch.
And
so
he drinks
if DAZN is going to be the next app I use 5 years from now for the rest of my life for all my boxing content, I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would rather have one app that accepts freelance work. Like Showtime sells DAZN their shit, HBO sells them their shit, and we just have to sign up to one. But any other news or headlines we want to touch on?
Just want to do a side thing about there was an ESPN Plus fight going on. There's Christopher Diaz and I think it's Ito for the World Box, the WBO, I think super featherweight. So if you guys want to just check that out,
is that 130 pound?
Yeah, it's a smaller weight.
I know Pitufo's fighting. I don't know.
Yeah. Christopher Diaz. He's with Top Rank. He's also trained now with Jason Sosa's trainer, Chino Raul Rivas. He used to be trained by Ricky Martin, the former trainer or probably still current trainer of Felix Verdejo. So yeah, Christopher Pitufo Diaz is Pitufo is Smurf for the translation. He's actually, they're saying, really good.
He's pretty good. He's had some impressive wins.
Left hook. He was making noise, back in the day when Verdejo was hot. Verdejo put him on, and he's been on ever since.
I mean, didn't I think what is his name? Jose Ramirez get a replacement now. Danny O'Connor got the dehydration that bad.
He also got his fight announced and official. He's fighting Antonio Orozco. I'm not extremely happy about this fight because Orozco, in my opinion, he's not on that level. It's not really gonna show us nothing, but it's gonna be
a war.
Only because Orozco is like that type of dude. Like, he's not good enough to beat
Both of them are.
Ramirez is slightly better than him and will edge him out in a Mexican style affair. But it is the first time that Golden Boy, or the first time in a long time, or one of the times that Golden Boy and Top Rank are doing business. Antonio Orozco is a Golden Boy fighter, and Jose Ramirez obviously is a Top Rank fighter. So shout out to these guys throwing out that Cold War with that one.
That's good. But you said something about trainers earlier. How do y'all feel about Abel Sanchez getting a heavyweight and Joyce coming to the big bear?
I actually wanted to do a report show on that. Joyce training with Abel Sanchez.
What's he gonna teach him?
How to get hit?
I don't know.
How to move forward.
Yo, every time someone trains with Abel, just Google it. Like, trains with Abel, and then you'll see they always take a picture with Gennady and their experiences. How was it training with Gennady? People think because you train with a champ, you're gonna be a champ. And I know iron sharpens iron. I hear you. But that shit don't mean.
I don't know if he's gonna be sparring Triple G anyway.
I mean, it's so strange to me because he goes to the trainer that just recently trained Garcia, who Usyk beat, and Usyk technically beat Joyce in the amateurs as well. So it's just kind of like, want to go with the guy who's gonna probably more likely give you more tips to beat this guy if Usyk does move to heavyweight.
I mean, look, we're giving Abel Sanchez a lot of shit. I was one of them. Because of the game plan that I saw throughout a 12-round fight, and nothing really ever changed. There was nothing to he wasn't able to adapt to the movement that Usyk gave. So it's like I gave him shit for that, but nonetheless he is a good trainer. He's a doctor, isn't he, Ness? I don't know if Ness is still around, but I think the guy knows how to build a fighter. It's just when you're at these high levels and these title fights, and you got these top fighters fighting each other, it's all about inches, man. And it's in the game plan. And
well, yeah, it's fair. I'm just going off his track record because I mean he also trained Sullivan Barrera. He lost.
Go right ahead, Ron. Hit him with it. Hit him with it.
I mean, Garcia, Alex Aceto almost lost. And now he has to train him against Maurice Hooker. If Gennady Golovkin loses against Canelo, Denis Shafikov is. He lost a couple of times. I mean, respect. He did train Terry Norris, so he does have some credible fighters, but I'm just concerned in the recent string of constant losses at the highest levels is making me concerned that
and European style fighting, Eastern European, Russian, that whole side of the world, most of their fighters are those forward fighting, types and styles. They come over here and they train in the States and maybe even in Britain a little bit, and they start getting that flavor, that movement. So you got different regions all over the world with different styles, and when these Russian, Ukrainian, Kazakhstanian,
but he had a Cuban fighter though. He had Sullivan Barrera.
It's true. This is true. I would expect the Sullivan Barrera to be more of a boxer. That's the style that the Cubans use, more boxing, power punching. But but most of the fighters are from Europe that I've seen.
I mean,
his champions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna knock Sullivan Barrera. I mean, he did fight the European fighter. Was Bivol, right?
Yeah.
And he got knocked out. But I'm just concerned, Joyce, that he can get something out of it, considering the fact that he is going to be competing in a very dangerous heavyweight division.
That's the wrong division to teach somebody how to get hit in. I'm just saying that.
And Joyce, let's talk about. I mean, Joyce was Ishmael Salas
Ishmael
before.
Salas, yeah.
And you know, we see the videos, we saw the styles in the fights, right? We saw already what Joyce was doing. That's basically, you know, side movement, walking forward. I mean, I'm not gonna say he looked like a robot, but he looked a little stiff. And you know, Abel Sanchez being known for, you know, just kind of like, you know, following the style of the fighter, not really kind of adding anything.
But I thought Abel said black fighters weren't exciting. So why would he go get Joe Joyce? That just doesn't make sense. Well, that's neither here nor there.
Wait, isn't Joe Joyce like Brazilian or some shit?
Shit, he look black to me.
Wasn't he going like capoeira or some shit? Somebody Google him.
He said capoeira.
Listen, you got here Googling Joe Joyce.
Joyce.
I know it's contradictive. You train Terry Norris. It's like,
I know, right? Terry Norris.
I mean, look, you look him up in the box track. He's from London. Like, you know, what his ethnicity is, I have no idea.
So he's not Nigerian. He's London.
He was born to a Scottish father and a Nigerian mother.
There you go.
So he's black. But there is another heavyweight that had a very interesting take on the Joshua and Wilder fight, and he believes Wilder will knock out Joshua within 3 rounds. I'm talking about King Kong Luis Ortiz, who's back in action this weekend. He had an interview with Boxing Scene where he stated that he believed Wilder was the faster, more aggressive fighter and probably had the better chin also. And he believed that Wilder could take out Joshua within 3 rounds. And he also believed that Joshua and Hearn ducked him.
Have a fair comparison. He's never been in the ring with him.
I'm just saying, somebody at the top of the division that wanted the Joshua fight that was kept away from Joshua.
It was upset he didn't get the fight, so they're
exactly.
Mouth.
Yeah, and also some extra news: the Superfly 3 card was announced.
Hang on, Ryan. The not so Superfly card, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really having the guys that we really want. Seeing the fact that some of the guys moved up in weight, or Rung Versailles just had his fight against a South Korean guy, and it lasted like 2 minutes. But the Superfly 3 is going to happen in September 8 in Inglewood, California. He has like a couple Filipino guys. He has Estrada on there. He's going to face Felipe. Donnie Nientes is fighting Ashton Police. That's for the super flyweight champion, the WBO. And then they have another card. So another addition to their super fly Tom Loeffler is going to have.
They always say sequels aren't that good as the originals.
You say September 8th, isn't that Danny Porter?
Yep.
HBO always do that bullshit, man.
Great planning.
They do that shit on purpose, bro. I believe like they always schedule Kovalev when Wilder's fighting, or they always put like a fight on when Showtime does something. That shit pisses me off.
They need to utilize like Fridays, you know, some more.
Everybody's out on Fridays, right? So.
Thursdays, man. You remember Thursday night fight, Tuesday night fight,
Tuesdays, Thursdays, you know Wednesday, Friday night fights, man.
Well, let's get out to the callers, gentlemen. You guys know the number. If you want to call in, you want to participate, you want to give your preview or your prediction on this week's action. Call in number 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets us know that you enjoy what it is we're doing around here. First time callers, say you're a first time caller. Skype callers could add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NESTORGIBBS. Must be friends to be part of the conversation. And we have to send each other a friend request. Let's get out to the sponsors.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going to Skype, Jay Will, right? I don't know. James Williams for sure. It's like 100 names connected to that Skype right now, buddy. You there? And he dropped. All right, going out to Marcus in DC. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's up, Boxing Voice, man? A lot of boxing coming on this weekend. A couple things I want to touch on. Number one, Alexander, he just gave a master class against Garcia. I don't know if it's as much Abel can't train, but Abel was begging his ass in the corner, man, do something. The dude was just like this ass whoop. You just can't be that way. I mean, you can train all you want, but you can't put that in a fight. A fighter either wants to do it or he doesn't want to do it, and that's pretty much all that.
Real quick, let me just say something real quick. If you're in the corner and you fighting, right? Just peep this. If you're in the corner and you're a fighter and your trainer tells you, hey, man, do something. What does that translate to you?
That translates to me as you're doing absolutely nothing. Like me giving you technical information.
Look, you're in a fight. You're in a fight. You're in a fight.
I'm saying, hold on, I'm about to answer your question. Listen to what I'm saying.
All right.
You're in a fight. You're not jabbing. Listen, he wasn't jabbing. It's like, listen, if he was doing the basics of boxing and Usyk was countering it, then you would give him technical information. If you're walking around following somebody and you're not throwing any punches, I don't have to tell you to jab. You know the jab. Like, do something. What the fuck is you in for? So I get that. You know what I'm saying? If he was doing stuff and Usyk was just like out throwing them, throwing counters to him, countering everything he was doing, then technical information is important. The fighter wasn't fighting. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like we asked him one time in the corner, he said, you want me to stop it? You know what I'm saying? Like if it's one of somebody.
All right. Let's stop right there. Real quick.
Preach.
Let me stop right there.
I'm not a big Barry Hunter fan. But Barry Hunter gonna motivate you in the corner. Barry can't give you the technical information, but Barry will incite you to fight. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna leave his gym unless you fight. He not even gonna work with you. Gonna let his side trainers work with you if you don't fight in the gym. Period. I know this personally. The fighter won't fight. You gotta fight first, then I can give you instructions. You gotta fight first, foremost.
I'm pretty sure he was in a fight.
You should be.
All right, baby. Calm down. How you feel about these this weekend action?
This weekend action first, let me say this. Andrade and Saunders, it's going to be, the first 4 rounds is going to be like directly just brutal non-action. But they made the fight so big. This weekend, Dillian Whyte's going to lose. You know what I'm saying? We give him credit for the loss he had. Really, most of the hype that comes from Dillian Whyte is the 6th round slugfest he had with Joshua. Again, we're praising the person who got shot, not the shooter. And then, Robert Easter, again, I would just say this with him. Robert Easter is a decent fighter. But Mikey Garcia is elite. Tall, short, fat, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? When you're a fighter, all those things don't mean anything. Mikey Garcia is elite. And whatever issues he had with Sergey Lipnitz at 140, he's not going to have at 35. He's just not. There's a difference between a good fighter and an elite fighter. Mikey Garcia is elite. The rest of the fight, you're going to fall in place.
Dominic in Seattle, talk to me.
Yeah, I think the Mikey Garcia and the Robert Easter fight is going to be good because I watched Robert Easter's last fight. I mean, yeah, it did look like he couldn't finish the, Cormier or Kumi, whatever his name is. But I still think that Robert Easter is going to win because his reach and he knows how to, get down. He's not scared to, he's not like Floyd and always going to like pick at you until you're just done with fucking fighting him. He's going to get in, he's going to brawl with you and then do that Floyd shit. But with Dillian Whyte, he needs to be done. He, like the last person that talked, he needs to be done. Garcia, Porter needs to be done. No one wants to see a soccer player just headbutt someone all day. I'm tired of watching that. Porter and, Keith Thurman, that was good. But that was his time right there. He should stop. He hang it up, become like a, Uber driver. But other than that, that's my prediction. I think Robert Easter is going to knock him out. Mikey Garcia never really had any good fights, honestly, from my perspective. He never really, Adrian Broner's garbage. Come on now. Everybody knows he's garbage. The only thing he's good at is talking and rapping, because he got an album. That's about it. That's my prediction of the day, though.
Are you off? Have you been smoking something?
All right, brother. Well, Dominic, thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to Los Angeles, to the home of Mr. Info Joe.
Mr. Info Joe.
Truth, yo. Tell the truth.
This portion of the show we call
In the Know, presented by my brother.
Fights we gonna have, yo, put me down for Parker. And as far as Easter and Mikey fight, you know what? I've been looking at a lot of predictions on YouTube, and everybody is saying, what if Easter fought tall? What if he used his reach? But in his last two fights, he didn't use it. And I don't know if one camp with Cunningham would change all of that. So I got to go with what I know, and that's going to be Mikey Garcia, split decision. Far as Porter and Danny, I'm not making a prediction right now. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I know that Porter has fought people similar to Danny, but Danny has never fought anybody close to Porter. That's my call. Peace, brothers. Shout out to all the hardcore boxing fans out there.
Info, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Big Brother Noomsy. Talk to me.
Yo, shout out to the Boxing Voice. I see y'all doing good work out there. All up. I'm really excited because there's a lot of all the fights coming up. I don't think Robert East is going to live up to the hype. So I think Broner and him are going to be talking about how they got beat up, how they can't get out of the way of Mikey Garcia's right hand. But I like that fight. I'm excited to see, for some strange reason, is it me or was it Chocolate Thunder? Peter Quillen ain't fought since he got knocked out. Like, what was his last fight?
I thought he fought earlier this year.
Alexander.
Yeah, he fought earlier.
He did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know him and he on that Devin Alexander card with Devin Alexander fights what's the dude?
Andre Berto.
Short dude that fought Mayweather. Yeah, Andre Berto. He on that card, so I thought that was interesting to see. Happy that they're gonna finalize that Porter and Danny Garcia fight. I don't know, man. Danny's been in a lot of wars. I always want to pick Danny to win. That he got thin skin and Porter gonna rough him up. I don't know. I don't think Porter gonna keep losing to Barkley. I'll pick Porter on that one. And y'all never talked about that Luis Ortiz fight. If Luis Ortiz wins, don't you think he should be in the running for another shot? Because Joshua's trying to Anthony Joshua's trying to do everything he can to dodge Wilder. So I mean, if Kong wins, Luis Ortiz wins, can he fight? Can he jump over Deontay Wilder to fight Joshua next? What do y'all think about that?
I mean, honestly, I think Ortiz wants that Wilder rematch more than he wants Joshua because in the article I read, he said it's like a stake through the heart, that Wilder fight. So I think he wants that rematch before he tries to go after Anthony Joshua because he was already on that side of the pond and it didn't work out.
Oh, true. Facts. All right, man. Again, love the show. Appreciate y'all. Doing a great job as always. Always checking up video on YouTube and what have you. Y'all have a great evening, man. Appreciate you.
Big Brother Noomsy, thanks for calling in, being part of the show. We're going out to Skype. We got Santos. Talk to us.
You hear me?
We hear you.
Can you hear me?
We hear you, bro.
Oh, I'm asking. All right. What was I gonna talk about? I'm picking Mikey to win by knockout or TKO by the 11th. Either the referee or the corner's gonna step in. And it would have been pretty easy to pick Porter to beat Danny a couple years back, but now I don't know, man. Porter seems real predictable. I think Danny can land a left hook and hurt him. Not to stop him, but land enough big shots to say he wins the unanimous decision. So those are my two picks for those two fights, though.
All right, so you're picking Garcia against Porter?
Yeah, I think he's gonna win. Like I said, a couple years back, I don't think he had a chance. But now that I see it, Porter looks real predictable. So I think Danny can land the left hook and win a decision. Yeah, I'll pick him to win by decision.
Fair enough.
All right, Santos. Well, thanks for calling in. We're gonna jump out to Compa in Los Angeles. What's going on?
What's up, boxing boy?
What's good? What's good?
What up?
Fucking compa.
What up? Super excited for the fight this weekend. My boy Mikey, man, still taking on the tough fight. Going up in weight, going down in weight, doing pound for pound things. That's why he's my number one pound for pound. And it's going to be a dangerous fight, man, versus Robert Easter. I think Easter is going to be looking for that right hand all night. But with that being said, I got Mikey by UD. And that's about it. Good looking out, boxing boys.
Great call, brother. Great call.
My man. Let's go out to the 832-593. He never speaks. Let's see if today he's ready. 832. Oh, shit. NO, what up?
What's good? Come on, next dude. You driving the ball, man.
Yo.
We supposed to be the next ESPN popping on, man. You Stephen A. What's happening? You hear me?
I hear you, man. Yo, it's Mike's fault. It's Mike's fault.
Yeah, blame me, man. I'll take the blame. What's up,
Wow, you got to pick up the ball, Mike. With the first thing they tell you, Brad, practice. When the ball on the ground, they tell you got to jump on.
You got to dive on that bitch. You right.
But look, check this out. Right. But look, check this out, man. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. I got Danny Garcia game plan. He gonna have to cover the straight 1-2. That's the punches that gonna be open because Sean Porter gonna be rushing in with that bull rush shit, and he gonna be smothering his own shit for protecting himself. That's Sean Porter, like one of his game plans. Danny got to cover the straight 1-2. And he gonna have to take a little page. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I think he might take a page out of Carol Brooks' game plan. When shit get too hot in the kitchen, all that head button and rough all shit, he gonna hold it. I think Dan is strong enough up top to kind of hold him until the referee make his presence show. That's how I think that fight gonna go. Split decision. I'm gonna ride with Dan. Another reason why I heard Danny win. Danny gonna try to unify. That's what he said at least. He said after this win, he want to unify with Spence, then he might move up. So that's why I'm rooting for Danny. Sean Porter, he talking about some bullshit. He talking about shit being part of the plans and they got plans and that. Man, look, fuck all that. We on some other shit right now. Whoever trying to unify, be undisputed, that's what we rocking with. The boxing voice stand undisputed champs right now. That's why we rocking with Wilder, Spence, Danny if he want unified. You know what I'm saying? Let me comment on Mikey Garcia. I can't really stamp him like that right now, man. That's the biggest win he got is Broner, and who ain't beat Broner? Broner is a C-class fighter. Robert Easter, he a C-class fighter. And we not gonna find out what these dudes is till they fight somebody who we know they're not no favorite over. Every fight that Mikey Bennett, he been a favorite, man. Let me see you be the underdog and come out on top. And tell him, man, that the jury's still out on this dude. I'm telling you, I'm not on that hype train, man. Next, you gotta get on this shit. They got a hype train behind Mikey Garcia. He can fight. Don't get me wrong, but who he beat? He beat Adrian Broner? We putting you in a pound for pound list for Adrian Broner? Man, come on, man. Let's stop this foolishness on this show, man. I'm out.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. NO in New Orleans. Shout out to NO and all my truck drivers out there. You know what I'm saying? Keep it trucking. Stay on the road, fellas. Let's get out to some boomerangs and ringers. We got, in New Jersey.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody, let's agree that.
TBV, great show. Let me get right to it because I got the motherfucking pre-sale from what's this bullshit? Ticketmaster. So I already got my ticket for Porter Garcia. Eno makes some wonderful points about this fight, and let's see. Sean Porter's going to come and definitely smother his own shit. He's going to try to do what Kell Brook did to him. But what I think is going to happen is Danny's going to begin to fight Sean Porter. He's going to start the fighting like he fought Thurman from the 9th round on in terms of trying to double time that left hook. So boom, Danny would step in, he'd throw his little jab, show alligator arm jab, and then fake a right, step back and throw the left hook. He started to catch Thurman with that a couple times throughout the 9th round, which is why Garcia fans, including myself, started to try to reach back at some earlier rounds and saying Danny was catching him. But really, it was from maybe certain points in the 8th, but really the 9th round on. He's going to be able to time Sean Porter, big ass, flat-footed, fucking tank ass, trying to muscle his way in doing that bullshit. And Danny I'm glad he don't call himself quick, just swift. And really, Swift is like he could take that one step back and create a little bit of space for himself. And he better use that motherfucking swiftness. That's going to be a good fight to me. And we got a long time to talk about it. So, Robert Easter and Mikey Garcia, I feel like Easter's a bigger challenge to Mikey than Broner would be for sure. And I think that Garcia pulls this fight out strictly by landing more punches and cleaner punches. I'm not sure what effect they're going to have on Easter, just simply based on size. I mean, just to move that amount of mass, I don't know. I'm definitely picking Mikey. I know there's another bullshit card on ESPN Plus, but that's why I paid a little $6 for it. Great show tonight. I'm still dancing. The round's almost over. I'm not going to hold it up, man. I'm out.
Thank you for calling in. Obviously, thank you for the continued support on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Let's head on out to our ringer, Dempsey. Talk to me.
What up? So guess what? Listen, figure that out. Oops, that's right, but why? Because it was true.
Don't get a suck on no statue. Give him guts.
ThaBoxingvoice Productions.
This is a Dempsey intro.
What's up, TBV?
What's
we got
up?
Another fight weekend. What up? Happy to call in. Man, I'm excited. I'm attending the fight. Homie Luis hooked it up, paid me back for the Bradley Vargas tickets that I got us back a few years ago because we went to that StubHub. And I'm excited for this fight, man. Definitely. As the main event goes, I'll have to go with Mikey Garcia. But I do think this is going to be a tough challenge for probably the first 4 or 5 rounds for him. I do expect Easter to actually try to fight a different fight, this fight, compared to what he's fought in the past. Will he be successful with it? That's hard to say. It really is, because Mikey's definitely showing more tools with his game. And he's definitely proven to be very adaptable in regards to what he needs to do to strike when he needs to strike. But I don't expect it to be easy in the beginning. But I'm going to go with Mikey by a decision. And then with Joseph Parker, Dillian Whyte, I got to go with Joseph Parker. As long as he moves and uses that jab and boxes him, he can win the decision. He definitely can. If he stays in the pocket with Dillian Whyte, there's a good chance Dillian Whyte can definitely hurt him. But I believe Joshua's previous experience with Joshua, I think he definitely feels more confident with himself, even though he didn't win that fight and it wasn't that great. But I do believe he's probably feeling more confident about himself now. So I got to go with Joseph Parker on that one, and that's my call.
Dempsey, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Mike from Indiana by way of Detroit. Holla at me. Uh-oh, somebody getting beat up over there. We're going to San Diego.
Ale Boumbaye, Ale Boumbaye. Thank God that niggas seen another day.
Hey, what's happening, TBV? How's everybody doing?
All right.
All right. Hey, I got Mikey Garcia by controversial decision. I got Whyte stopping Parker. Fuck it, I'm gonna make my early picks. I'm gonna go with Andrade beating Billy Joe Saunders. I'm gonna go with Danny Garcia beating Sean Porter. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Carl Frott said that the reason why the Wilder AJ fight didn't happen was because of Eddie Hearn. Did you guys hear that?
I did.
Yeah, we did. He tried to, keep it as it was his own opinion, but he definitely gave us a clue.
Yeah, he knows the facts. You hear that, Robbie? Nah, that's my call, though, man. Keep up the good work, TVV.
Ali, man, thank you for calling in. As always, we're going out to Young Stunner in Jersey. Holla at me.
Yo, y'all hear me?
We hear you.
What's going on? Good show. Let me get down to my predictions. All right, so first we got Garcia. We got Garcia versus the boy Easter. I'm going to go with Garcia, unless Robert Easter learned how to fight tall overnight, which I doubt. All right, going over to the UK, we got Parker versus Whyte. I'm going to go with Whyte because I know at least he's going to throw. I don't know what to expect from Parker. Every fight I've watched of Parker, I mean, he just disappoints, at least for me. Also, let me touch on something that y'all haven't really talked about yet. Joe Joyce, you've been calling out all these dudes. You finally get a fight lined up against a dude you beat apparently in the past, and you pulling out last second. Like, what's good, boys? But all right. Besides that, Ortiz versus Cojano. I'm going to say Ortiz in under 6, but I do want to point out Razvan Cojano fought Parker on 2-week notice and went the full 12 rounds with him. So if Ortiz gets rid of him in under 6, and this dude had a full training camp, I think it says so. But Billy Joe Saunders, Andrade. I want to say Billy Joe Saunders. I don't really see how Andrade beats him. Garcia Porter. I'm gonna go with Garcia. I don't know, Garcia. Everything I've picked against Garcia in the past, and he's always proved me wrong. So I'm about to go with Garcia on this. And yeah, that's basically my call, man.
Stunner, thanks for calling in. Gabe, Salt Lake City. Holla at me.
Yo, what's going on, TBV? But I know you got a new panel and everything. That's pretty cool. But is that Dougie Fisher on the panel, the dude with the hat and glasses?
Oh, he talking about
Fighter IQ.
He's talking about Devin Haney.
Oh, I've gotten them all.
I remember the David Haney, but that looks like a young Dougie Fisher right there. But
hey, man.
I just take it as a compliment, man. It's one of the if you're going off IQ, that's probably one of the top boxing heads right there. But I got Garcia probably winning. I think he'll get him with a body shot knockout between the 8th and 11th round. I think Easter's going to try to utilize his length in the beginning rounds. Garcia will probably figure him out, probably get him out of there with a body shot. With it, I'm thinking Easter with that long body will make it an easy target for Mikey, who's just like you guys said, the basics. He's like the Tim Duncan of boxing. You know what I mean? He's just Mr. Fundamental. He just knows everything basic about boxing, but he does it really well. And he does it, you know, all the basics very well. I'm really kind of excited for the Billy Joe Andrade fight, even though I think it is going to be a boring ass fight, just because both of them are very technical boxers. None of them really go for the knockout, but I'm glad Andrade is finally getting competition, because his career has been stagnant for 10 years? I think he turned pro in 2008, but he hasn't fought anybody for 10 years pretty much. And for the Joseph Parker, Dillian Whyte, I think if Joseph just boxes him like he did AJ, he should get the win, but it is in the UK, and the UK, it's kind of hard to get a win over there with those judges, especially against a UK fighter with that crowd always behind them. But I guess that's my call, TBV. Oh, actually, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. I'm actually really surprised Danny took that fight. I thought he was just going to wait it out, maybe fight another Samuel Vargas and wait for Thurman, just because that would have been the bigger fight, in my opinion. The bigger money fight for him is that rematch with Thurman. Might as well just take another Samuel fight and then wait for Thurman. So I'm very surprised. I'm actually very excited for that fight. David Benavidez, he needs to start stepping up in competition. I would like to see him fight either Caleb Plant or the winner of the World Super Series boxing. But yeah, that's my call, man. Go support TBV. Everyone in the new panel, you guys are great. Doomy and Rob, you guys fucking need to talk more. You guys are all quiet, half asleep half the time. But all right, later.
I'm gonna learn how to beatbox for you too.
All right, thanks for calling in, Gabe. Thanks for taking shots at the sleepy folks on the panel. Suleiman the Scholar, talk to me in New York City. 718-838.
You see how it works when you take shots at the panel? Silence.
It's all good. It's all good, man. There's plenty of us on the panel.
718.
Send me Gabe's number. I'll give him a call at 1:45 in the morning.
718-838. Just listening.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening. How you doing?
Suleiman, what up?
Good evening, Ness, and good evening to the new panel. And Robbie, how you doing, Rob?
Hello, Suleiman. How are you doing?
Good. Fine, man. Yeah, man, you got that Dillian Whyte, man, from the UK, man. You must be happy, man. He's gonna fight Joseph Parker, and he's gonna probably knock this guy out and get him out of the way. He's too lethargic, even though he was a world champion. And this guy's on the come up. He's athletic. He has all the ring lateral movement, all the skill asset, enough skill asset to put this guy away, and probably elevate himself to the fight with Anthony Joshua immediately after this win, because the negotiations with Deontay Wilder are stagnant, and this guy he might get himself an in-house fight with Eddie Hearn and him, and that's gonna be the fight. That's gonna be the fight of this magnitude. But maybe that's what April 4th. And then after that, I want to switch about Danny Garcia. You know, Danny Garcia is gonna dismantle this guy. I don't think everybody's saying that Sean Porter Danny Garcia never fought a guy like Sean Porter. He fought many guys better than Sean Porter. Sean Porter don't bring nothing to the game that's gonna make him win this fight except all the hype. And at the end of the day, when that left hook starts cranking him to the body and he starts slipping his lazy jab and tagging him upside the head with the left hook, he's gonna win this title for the second time and possibly push for a unification fight with another fighter, another champion. Maybe one of them will duck him, but I think the first guy he should pick is Terrence Crawford. That's gonna be a big money fight, and that way he gets the WBC and WBO belt, and I think he's the easiest opponent for him to beat. And then after that, see if he could get a unification with Keith Thurman, and then go for the big payday with Errol Spence. Yeah, thanks for having me in the show today. And also I want to mention also I'm going for Robert Easter Jr. While this guy was jumping around all the divisions like a jelly bean to change titles in different divisions. Bobby Easter Jr. was defending the IBF lightweight championship against all the contenders, and in a good fashion. And even though he fights on the inside, he's effective. His chin holds up to the punishment, and he wins the fight. And I'm running out of time. And you guys have a great evening, and thank you. I'm happy you got a new panel, man. Take care, fellas.
Suleiman, thanks for calling in, brother. Let's take it out to California.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna try to do it, man. I'm at the burrito stand. I'm ordering that asada burrito, so my sound's gonna be kind of bad.
Stay away from that
But,
clenbuterol.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get. Hey, I got a friend at work that's really taking that shit. He ordered it from Thailand. I couldn't believe this shit.
Holy shit!
He really taking it though. But shout out to all the fellas.
Ship some of that shit to Doomy.
Doomy, you above 210, man?
Hell yeah.
Nah, man. I just got you know Nesson and Nesson is negative reinforcements.
You gonna lie and say you under 200 right now live on air?
You know I'm under 200. I don't know what's wrong with you. No, not 200 or under 210. I'm sorry.
All right then.
Well, that's what he asked.
All right then. You heard 210. I heard 200.
But 210. I say 210. I know Doomy wavering around that 200-pound mark somewhere. 190.
Yo, I got him a fight at
110.
175, man. I got him a fight at 175. He ducking the chat.
Oh my God, they want me to go up against my man Mitty
Ducking
again.
the chat. Oh, I was trying to give you some revenge, bro. You want to have that L on your record? It's all good.
You know who's next in line. You know who it is. It's the Shag from Canada.
Go ahead, JP. This guy talking cold ducking stuff. He just did AJ Povetkin right there.
yo, I got a lot of people gunning for me right now, man.
Yeah, don't let Randy call in.
Doomsday Bully.
Hey, make the weight.
Let's have the call. Let's hear the call. Come on.
My bad, JP.
JP left. Taco.
And nigga putting then he's saucing it up right now. He's like, fuck all that shit, bro. This damn tacos smell good as hell.
Hey, what y'all do with these radishes they give you though?
Yeah, I put them aside, man. I don't eat it.
What the fuck you supposed to do with them?
Boxing, the boxing boys got a cooking show now. What's up?
No doubt. I'm gonna get to the boxing, man. But Mike, shout out to you, man. You're doing well. I'm enjoying your commentary on the show. This weekend, excited for it. It's been a while since I've been excited for a fight. It feels like. I'm not sure when the last fight we got up for, but it feels like it's been a while. The wonderful world.
No, I'm just
Twitter
starting it.
No doubt. The wonderful world of Twitter. I'm going to the fight this weekend with friends that I've kind of met through Twitter and the boxing community, if you will. And I'm going to meet a lot of new guys, and we all going to the fight. So I'm looking forward to it. Breaking down the fight some. I think the fight has potential, and the key word there being potential, to be a good fight, a fight that is better than most predict. Reasons being, I think that Mikey has never fought anyone, at least in the pros, similar to Robert Easter. Now, Robert Easter has been in with stiff competition. It ain't like this is a big step up for Robert, but Robert's been in tough. We're coming off of Comey. We're coming off of Shabakov. So this guy ain't been fighting clowns. So I think he's groomed. Here's another nuance that I think plays into Robert Easter's favor that gives him extreme super incentive to win this fight. If he wins this fight, he's able to come out from the shadow of Adrian Broner. He's no longer little bro. He's no longer the other guy in about billions or whatever it is. Robert Easter has the chance to establish his own brand right now. And I think he knows that. It's not going to come as a surprise to him. He's not going to come here and be overconfident thinking, oh, I'm going to just do this and that. Because a lot of times I think black fighters look at a slower fighter and automatically think that they're going to out athletic him. And that's just not the case when it comes to Mikey Garcia. So, and I think that's a good alert for Robert Easter, knowing that Broner got beat pretty soundly. So I think Robert Easter will come bring the fight. Am I picking Robert Easter? No. I'm picking Mikey Garcia by unanimous. You could potentially see a TKO. That's my pick there. Dillian Whyte, I'm going to take Dillian Whyte for one reason. I'm not sure what you ever get out of Joseph Parker. And another thing, I think that Dillian Whyte has won the mental game big going into this fight. I think you could see Parker overcompensate in the ring and be willing to fight too much and not sticking to his game plan. I want to go quickly back to the Easter thing. One thing with Easter, we got Kevin Cunningham as his new trainer. And so what we've seen in the recent history here is that Kevin Cunningham has been able to improve fighters considerably in a short amount of time. So if Robert Easter is able to become the Robert Easter that we all vision him being, that tall, long guy with some pop, I guess in the mold of a Hearns, if I know that's a reach, he could put it together. But I got Mikey, man. Big fights this weekend, Boxing Voice. Keep doing it. What's up?
Man, he said Dillian and Mikey.
Yeah, unanimous decision or KO.
To Skype. This guy keeps jumping in and out. 71. Where you calling in from, my friend?
Hello?
Yes.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hey, my bad. First time caller. My name's Adam from Maryland. First thing, Danny and Sean Porter. Shit. I definitely think Danny's gonna win. I mean, that's basically, in my opinion, it's basically a fight between the two guys that obviously lost to Thurman. So I feel like they'll always be fighting for second place until Keith comes back. Easter and Garcia. My head says Garcia, my heart says Easter, but I think Garcia probably going to get it done. What was he? Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker. I think Whyte can win if he gets Parker to fight his fight. That's the only way I see Whyte winning. If he can draw Parker in, make him get a little more aggressive than he usually does. But I think that Parker wins the decision. And then what was the last one? Billy Joe and Andrade.
Yeah, that's for the future.
Yeah, probably Billy Joe. I mean, other than Golovkin in that division, I guess I would probably say Billy Joe's the guy to beat. And yeah, that's pretty much my call.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Appreciate it. We got through this one, guys. Another preview show. Doomy, do you have a list? Will there be Crow?
Hell yeah. I got all of you down. Down to the T, unanimous decision, maybe a KO. You all got it. I got you written down. We'll be serving Crow.
All right. All right. So I don't know if we'll be able to find a link. I would be interested in doing a live fight chat for Chisora, Slayer, Derek, Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker.
That's a damn shame we're not.
I was gonna say you want to do one for both of them.
I mixed up their names, but damn, yo, it's fucked up, man. We don't get to watch it. If we can find it, I would like to do it. I want to.
I got you. Calm down. I got you.
Yeah, but I don't want no shit. I got Apple. I can't do those VipBox. Y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, Apple don't play with that shit.
Maybe I don't want to try it on mine.
You have Apple TV?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I can actually show you. I'll let you know how to do it.
Yeah, but the Apple TV is in the other room. The office is just Chromecast.
Okay. All right.
Tablet.
You got Chromecast, you should be all right.
Yeah, but I stream it from my phone, which is a Mac or Apple. You know what I'm saying? They don't do those little click the X video fucking. That shit doesn't work on a Mac.
I'm gonna try right after the show.
It does. I'll help you, Ness.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, man. Yeah, it does.
It does and get infected.
That's why I don't use it. That's why I got this bitch right here. My throwaway.
I don't fuck around. But I am your host, Ness the Giz. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NessGTO. Final thoughts. I guess I got to make a pick. It's come down to that time. We're going Mikey. We're gonna go fucking oh my god, I almost got caught right there. I almost got
Get him.
I almost was gonna say that guy, bro. I just don't like. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Dylan.
Oh wow!
Try harder. Try harder. He's gonna try harder, yo. He's gonna try harder. Joseph is like safety first, bro. Dylan's got the reach. He's got the mental aspect down pat. I want to see him win, but damn, yo, is it out? Like, I would normally pick Joseph because he's quote unquote the boxer, but he didn't look like the boxer in the Huey Fury fight or the Ruiz fight, man. So I can't even believe that he's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's
But
gonna be a good day for Mike Sunday.
Anyway, that it? Yeah, that's the only picks for now.
Well, like I stated, I'm going with Robert Easter Jr. and I'm going with Joseph Parker for the picks of the weekend. Also, I'm excited to see my guy in action, Joshua Buatsi. And you can follow me on Twitter at Gross2312 or on IG at Gross1911. Great show, you guys.
All right. I guess I'm gonna get like on my end commentary. You know how they do at like the end of like HBO and stuff. So pretty much we've seen Diego Corrales beat Castillo and Paul Williams beat Winky Wright and Tommy Hearn beat Duran and like Riddick Bowe and Holyfield. But we've also seen the other way, the smaller guy, Floyd Mayweather beat Corrales, Sergio Martinez beat Paul Williams, even David Haye. This one's for you, Rob, when you beat Nikolai. But my favorite fight was Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns because there was a tall guy and a short guy. And in between that fight, the short guy became the boxer and the tall guy became the aggressor. And then later, the tall guy became the boxer and the small guy came out the aggressor. So I'm not saying this fight will live up to any of these fights, but after the fight, we would know where to place this amongst them. But you can find me on Fighter IQ Media on Twitter and Instagram. And I will also be out in New York. I'm going to be out there for a little bit. I'm actually going to be at the Andre Berto, Devin Alexander fight. So if you guys are going to be out there, just hit me up. We'll say what up. I'll be at that fight.
Final thoughts. I got Mikey. I said it. Think Easter might revert to his old ways and get into a dog fight. Might get caught. Nonetheless, it'll be a good fight. Hopefully, you know. Well, let's not hope, right? It'll go 12 rounds, in my opinion. If Mikey doesn't knock him out, if he gets into those exchanges. Parker Whyte, you know I'm going with Parker. Parker looks like he's big man. So I think White's in big trouble. And then the other two fights, they still got some time. I'm not going to make the pick quite yet. I know I said Danny. And I said I haven't said nothing for Billy Joe and Billy Joe and Andrade, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll leave my timing a little bit farther off because that fight's still not guaranteed, so we don't know. And I'm Alexander Lainez on Facebook, Alex_Doomsday_Lainez on IG, and you can catch me on Twitter, Alex Lainez TBV. And don't forget to check out Patreon. I know some of you on the chat want to see the Border War series. You want to know what happened to all of us. Some of us weren't on there from the panel.
They know you lost and you don't want to avenge it. That's what they know.
Hey, yo, if we got any listeners that's in shape in a wheelchair, I'll punish y'all ass.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. That is great.
Yo, you know, I seen that before, too. They got that. That's like...
Yeah, me too.
I saw a recent IG post.
Yeah, I seen a match. It was
if any of you listen got any homeboys or friends or whatever, they can get that smoke. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Is anybody left? Is it Rob?
Yeah, Dillian Whyte. I'm gonna go with my countryman in a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. But I'll ride with UK. Yeah, I'll go with you, Nez.
But you going by heart, or you really think he's gonna win?
No, I looked it up earlier. Dillian Whyte is even money, and Joseph Parker is the very, very slight favorite. He's really, really close on the bookies odds. So, not with my heart, but I think Dillian can get the job done. Mikey Garcia, definitely. The other fights are a bit further down the line, but we'll pick that one. But yeah, follow me Instagram and Twitter at UKRobTBV. Hit me up. Talk that shit. Everyone comes at me with the wilder bullshit. I've got all the gifts. I mean, the answers. I've got the Eddie Hearn quotes.
Oh yeah, you got me down, Doomy.
No, I was actually going to ask you because I got everybody.
Look, I'm going Parker. And then, like I said, as much as my brain can calculate all the stuff for Mikey to win, which is leaning that way, I'm going with my heart.
Okay.
I'm going with Robert Easter, man.
Where you from, dog?
Toledo, 419 Toledo, Ohio.
Favorites? Anybody going on favorites? Did anybody pick Whyte? I mean, Joseph and Mikey.
Is Tycam a favorite over Chisora?
I don't know, but I think Mike did. Nez.
Mike, you don't know who you fucking picked? Jeez.
I picked Easter and I picked
everybody took a split somewhere.
Nah,
We're all gonna eat crow.
I picked Joseph and Garcia.
You picked Joseph and Garcia?
Yep. I got Parker. I got Parker.
But Dylan White's the A side in the fight, right?
They were not the favorite, not quite.
Yeah, Parker sparred 200 plus rounds for this fight. I think, and you know, according to him in the press conference, his 8-week was really cut to like 6. I mean, to spar that many rounds in that short amount of time, there's something brewing inside of Parker, and I'm expecting a 10th round stoppage. Or
hard pick.
Hey, you got to do something special with these crows, man. There's gonna be a lot of crow eating.
Something brewing in Parker.
Something brewing, man. Telling you.
And shout out to Doomy, who earlier said if neither guy gets knocked down, it's going 12. Really?
Bro, I think it's the lack.
Well, no, knockdown and knockout is two different things, Rob. So he's saying neither guy gets knocked down, right? I mean,
whatever it was.
It doesn't make too much good sense, but I get it.
He's trying to gun me. Yeah. Look at Wayne put 50 on Parker. Hey, did we read the super chats? I know there was 2.
Yeah, well, we said them for sure.
All right.
All right, we gotta go. Bye.